Good morning, students. Today our topic is the life cycle of gymnosperm. So as you know, gymnosperms show alternation in generation. Means there is the two phase. There are two phases: gametophytic phase and sporophytic phase. And in gymnosperm, sporophytic phase is dominant phase, and gametophytic phase is reduced and dependent on sporophytic body. Okay. So here is the life cycle of gymnosperm, and I have differentiated the sporophytic generation and gametophytic generation. Okay, so let's begin the life cycle. Okay, so in sporophytic generation, both male and female reproductive part, like in case of female, the ovulate and megasporangiate strobulus or cone is formed, as you have studied in the previous lecture about male and female cone on gymnospermic plant. Female cone was present near the axillary bud and only singly arranged, but the male cone is arranged in clusters around the terminal bud of a sporophytic plant or gymnospermic plant. So in case of female strobulus or female cone or female reproductive structure, this ovulate or megasporangiate or female cone or strobulus is formed, and inside this female cone megasporophyll is developed. Sporophyll means megasporophyll means the region where egg is going to produced. Okay, so this megasporophyll then developed into megasporangia, and megasporangia is a sac-like structure in which megaspore mother cell (MMC) are developed. So megaspore mother cells are developed inside the megasporangia, and these MMC or megaspore mother cells are diploid in nature. And then these MMC would undergo meiosis or meiotic division, and when these MMC would undergo meiosis, they would enter in gametophytic generation. Means they are diploid over here, but when they would undergo meiosis, they would now become haploid and would undergo gametophytic generation. So from MMC or megaspore mother cell, after after the meiosis or meiotic division, they would form megaspore or haploid megaspore. This megaspore then would be changed into megametophyte. Megametophyte. That means female gamete is now going to be formed. So megametophyte then would turn into changed into egg nucleus or egg cell. Similarly, on this area, the male staminate or male microsporangiate strobulus or male cone is formed, and this from this male cone, microsporophyll, megasporangia, megaspore mother cell, mega means MEGA. Everything is related to female. When we would write micro means microspore means related to male gamete. So macrosporophyll, then it would change into microsporangia, and inside this microsporangia, as we have seen in case of females, megasporangia, megaspore mother cell. Similarly, in microsporangia, MMC means microspore mother cells are formed, which is also diploid as in case of female. And this microspore mother cell now would undergo meiosis in order to form male gamete as in case of female. So microsporophyll, megasporophyll, microsporangia, megasporangia, microspore mother cell, megaspore mother cell, both would undergo meiosis and would enter in gametophytic generation or gametophytic phase. This would form microspore, this would form megaspore. From microspore to microgametophyte, this megagametophyte. Sperm nucleus or sperm or male gamete, egg nucleus, egg or female gamete. Then both of these male and female gamete, they would get fused with the process of fertilization and would form diploid zygote. So diploid zygote is formed after the fusion of egg and sperm, which is also known as, this zygote is diploid and also known as one-celled sporophyte. This zygote then would change into embryo, and this embryo would change into mature sporophyte plant body. So when you see cycas, spinous tree in the hilly region, in hilly areas, all of these all of these are gymnospermic plant, and that plant body is sporophytic plant body, because the sporophytic phase is dominant phase in the life cycle of gymnosperms. So this is the life cycle of gymnosperm. This is sporophytic phase or sporophyte generation, which is diploid. Everything is diploid over here, and this gametophytic generation is haploid. And when they would get fused, again they would form a diploid zygote. So this is gametophytic phase, this is sporophytic phase. And this gametophytic phase is dependent on sporophytic phase for nutrition. Okay. So here we have drawn the structure of the male and female strobilus, or male or female cone. This is male cone. This is the central axis, and from this central axis, these, in case of male cone, these microsporophyll are formed. Inside this microsporophyll, megaspore mother cells are formed. These are the microspore mother cells. These microspore mother cells, which are diploid, after having meiotic division or meiosis, form microspore or pollen grain. Okay, this is the structure of pollen grain in case of gymnosperms. This actually, this pollen grain, or this this sperm or male gamete is covered by two layers, external axine layer and internal intine layer. This external axine layer would be modified into a wing-like structure. A wing-like structure. Here you can see a wing-like structure. That means, as we know, the pollination by means of wind. They are anemophilous. That means pollination in gymnosperms by wind. So this wing structure helps the dispersal of male gamete. Okay. And in case of female gamete or female cone, here you can see this structure of megasporophyll is slightly different to that of this male cone. So inside this structure is here, this is a zoom-in structure, and similarly this structure is over here. So here you can see an ovule is formed inside this structure, and this ovule is orthotropous type of ovule. In gymnosperm, generally ovule are of orthotropous type, and they have single integument, or you can say they are unitegument type of ovule. So this is ovule, and there is a depression which is known as a bracket scale. This bracket scale actually provides a region where pollen grains gets entered inside this megasporophyll or this female cone. Here you can see from this bracket scale or this depression, this pollen grain enters inside the megasporophyll and would get fused with egg cell to form a zygote. So the simple structure of male and female cone, and this is the life cycle of gymnosperm, having sporophytic and gametophytic phase. Sporophytic phase is dominant phase in case of gymnosperms, and Sporophytic generation is diploid while gametophytic generation is haploid, because gametophytic generation begins after having meiotic division in sporophytic generation or megaspore mother cell. Similarly, microspore mother cell. So it's all about life cycle of gymnosperms. In the next lecture, we will discuss about angiosperms. Thank you.